Hello all, this is Jagjit Dhaliwal. I goes by JD. I'm from a company called UIPath. We are enterprise scale business automation platform. I lead the CIO practice within the company and I partner with our customer CIOs on their automation journey. And I hope you have been enjoying the event so far. Happy to share my perspectives on the innovation and workforce and talent management and how automation is helping in this space. So while we are actually talking about innovation at work, I do want to actually step back and look at how technology innovation is actually helping productivity or driving the productivity for last many decades. Technology is supposed to actually be making us more productive. And from time to time, we have seen the significant disruption, be it internet, or be it a cloud, or any personal productivity tools, which has been introduced over the period of time. So that has constantly keep on giving boost to the productivity metrics. However, if you see for the last decade or so, this productivity metrics graph have started flattening out. And this has happened for the very first time where we are seeing that the technology investment is not yielding the equivalent growth in the productivity. And do you think why is it that so? It is specifically linked back to our technology complexities which we are introducing within our landscape. I mean, if you look at any organization right now, on an average, they have 175 plus enterprise applications within their landscape. And this is a very conservative number. If you look at a large scale organizations and look at all the discrete applications, this number actually goes up to 1,000. So imagine you have 1,000 plus applications serving different purposes. And now if you are enabling more and more digital solutions, how many number of hops and integrations and the processes, activities which your employees needs to perform in order to complete the workflow. And that kind of non-standardization is getting created as a result of this technology maturity and the introduction of more and more technological solutions within our landscape. So what does it mean? So having this applications and then eventually it leads to more linkage burden. So now we have to create more linkages, more APIs, more integrations, system of records, data repositories. So all these things needs to happen, and imagine the complexity which we are adding to it and amount of effort which is required to create those linkages. And this is the modern enterprise systems which is actually carrying the massive linkage burden, which is really dragging down our productivity, innovation, nimbleness. And to be honest, actually, it's the human spirit also of our employees who are feeling bogged down by the work, mundane work, which they have been doing. The work like simply a copy pasting things from one system to other, moving a data from one source to other thing, routing, compiling information, aggregating information. These are all non-standard activities, low-value activities, which they have been performing on daily basis, in spite of having such a high technological landscape. And that is a reason like their productivity is started getting stalled. So we need to figure out that how we can help them with that problem. And not only that, if you think about that, one is their productivity is going down, but imagine an employee situation where they have to repeatedly doing the same thing in a very non-human judgmental way. Imagine about their morale, imagine about their engagement level among themselves as well as with the customer. Everything starts getting impacted. Imagine if you are a customer center agent and you are talking to the customer, and then in order to perform the response to the query, you have to go to 10 different systems to fetch the information or to perform the action. And while the customer is waiting, the level of engagement you are having with the customer, that's not giving a great customer experience to the end user. And that's what the daily life of a customer agents looks like. Almost half of their day actually goes in that tedious work processes, which is not bringing any value. And this is resulting in inefficiencies as well as losing a loss of $1 billion of a workforce efficiency power, which we are losing every year. So that's another reason. And then I would say the another reason which we need to look at is as we are going across more and more digital solutions, we need more digital talent to support those solutions. And that is leading to the great resignation we have already seen. And we see that talent shortage, especially in the technology industry, is significantly high. And this is something which has been coming across all the research analyst reports, that the number one reason the digital transformations is not effectively being executed because of a lack of talent. And 3 out of 4 companies are actually claiming that they are finding hard time getting the resources. And even if the resources they have, it's hard to keep them with the reskilling needs which the organizations have, because the technology landscape is changing so fast, and every employee may or may not have a digital skill which is required to maintain to perform the job. So the constant reskilling is something which is another challenge which our organizations are facing. So how to solve this problem? Like when you have an employee who is not fully engaged, doing the mundane activities and require the upskilling, and always look for like what are the new skills which I should learn rather than working on the decade old technologies. And that is where organizations really need to innovate and then come up with the innovative solutions. And automation is a silver bullet, especially in these kind of situations, especially when you have to take away the manual work and then provide easy, low code, no code automation platform abilities, so that the employees feels more engaged and more contributing to the progress which they are performing within the organization. And when it comes to automation, there are a lot of myths behind it, that people think that automations can take away the jobs. And this is one of the common fear which we hear from our customers. And people don't want to work with digital assistants or some kind of automation, that it will replace their activities and their roles. At UiPath, actually, we have done quite a bit of research on this perspective, and we really find this to be a myth. And what we did was we recently conducted the survey across 500 plus workers and found out that 9 out of 10 employees surveyed say that they are willing to use automation given a chance. And actually 79% of them are feeling very comfortable with automation. They feel that that will actually take away the manual work which they are doing, which is not having any human judgment role or any analytical roles. So that way they don't need to be bogged down by it. And that way they can focus more on the value added work. And that will give them more time to spend on a professional and a personal activities and a skill upbringing. So this is what we are seeing as a trend across the board. And we know that people really want to use automation in the workplace. And now how companies can start thinking about it, because now it is about companies to enable that culture within their organization so that employees can start making best use of it. And if you ask me, like the new normal, the hybrid, the future gonna look like where humans will be working with robots, which will actually unlock a capacity at scale. Let's take a simple example. If an employee at an organization saves 1 hour a day by working with the automation or robots, it adds up to like a 240 hours per year. Now think about a company with a 150,000 employees. This number amounts to 3.6 million hours per year. That's the amount of saving we are talking just by saving 1 hour per employee. And which is nothing, because every employee is doing at least 2 to 3 hours of manual mundane activities in their day-to-day work. And that's the potential or extra capacity which we can unlock for our employees, so that they can focus, they can move this capacity to learn new skills, to apply more human judgment and a value add work. And this is just one example. Bringing this capacity back can actually benefit companies with a lot of other activities, like other business outcomes which they've been focusing on. It not only just the cost saving or the hour saving, it is about a customer experience, it is about a compliance, accuracy, reduction of error rate, risk reduction, revenue increase. So there are a lot of business outcomes which are tied back to the productivity gain of the employee. And that's the potential which employees and the organizations are looking at. And on an average, we are seeing our companies who are using automation across operations as well as in the revenue cycles, they have started seeing like 20 to 30% operational efficiency gains, reduction in the cost across the different channels, improvement of the customer experience, the CSAT scores starts improving, and then compliance things, especially when you are using automation in a security or privacy areas, you actually can improve the compliance needs around it, especially around audits, if you have to do the evidence collection and all, and the speed to response, how you respond back to your customers. All these things add value to your and compliant and eventually help you improve those circumstances. So with that, if let me share a few examples where real life examples where companies across the globe have already achieved these values by using automation at scale. ENY is a great example where they have enabled automation across all their employees. So they have 100,000 plus attended robots, for one for each employee as a digital assistant, which is providing value by kicking off small automations for their day-to-day needs, especially around the taxing activities, auditing activities, or any of the day-to-day service management things, help desk things. So those kind of things are being addressed through the robots. Same way, Wells Fargo, large bank in US, they have been saving millions of dollar per millions of hours per year using automation. Singtel is another example from a telecommunication. They have been saving like a 30 minutes per employee, and that led to a massive saving across the board. And in fact, I would love to give example of UiPath itself. So we are drinking our own champagne. We have been deploying automation within our finance, within our IT department. And in fact, 25% of our workforce in finance department is digital. So since 2018, our revenue has increased sevenfold. However, our headcount has only increased by 150%. And that's the level of scale and the value which we are talking about by enabling automation across organization. And that's the value and potential we can enable for our workforce. And what other thing which UiPath offers to support this is we actually offer the free training on our UiPath Academy, where anyone can come in and learn RPA skills, robotic process automation skills, so that they can start enabling the citizen development across their organizations. So far, 1 million plus users have already learned RPA skills using the UiPath Academy. And we have also done academic alliance with 1,000 plus universities and schools across the board, in which 245,000 plus students as well as employees have already taken the advantage through these alliance and have brushed up and developed the RPA and the digital skills through these channels. And by creating this skill set in the economy and in the market, RPA is becoming one of the hot job market also within the IT industry. We are seeing a surge in the number of RPA jobs which are coming in, and that enables a more and more job opportunities as people are looking for a new career opportunities, as they are working on legacy platforms and they're looking for how to upgrade their skill set and try out the new technologies. This is the easiest pathway through which they are trying out these channels. I hope this gives you an idea about that, how a simple RPA capabilities, starting with that and enabling citizen development capabilities within organization, enable the potential and unlock the potential of the employees, and then using the enterprise scale platform, automation platform across the board, enable the scale across the organization. And so that you can reap the benefit of the cost saving and then address the challenges of the productivity as well as the employee morale and then eventually the customer experience. So hopefully that's valuable and helpful. So with that, feel free to reach out to me if you have any follow-up questions. Otherwise, do check out our offering on our website, uipath.com/solution/CIO. These are our CIO offerings, which you can reach out and then explore those options. With that, thanks a lot for giving an opportunity, and I hope this is of value. Thank you.